Hello, amazing ladies, and welcome to the HerStory podcast. I'm your host, Kylie King, and today I am so excited to be joined by the amazing Rachel Amies from Crazy Digital Creative. She's based in Western Sydney, and she was also a 2023 ALIBI Award winner for Online Business of the Year. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you, Kylie. It's lovely to be here.
Oh, I'm so glad that you've come to me, and you've come from a beautiful location too. Like, that park looks so nice. I'm so jealous.
Yeah, it's just a good thing that the sun came out today, so it's great.
So let's get started and let the listeners know. Can you tell us a bit about you and what your business does?
So I've been in business for just over 5 years. I started off as a virtual assistant. So I started off doing sort of email management, digital transcription, and then I evolved quite quickly. So it's now evolved into me doing SEO, copywriting, and WordPress website work.
Oh, wow. So what made you want to do that? Like, don't you get sick of tech? Like, or you just love what you do?
I do love what I do, but I think because I've got two sides of my business, I can easily switch from one to the other. So if I woke up one morning and my creative writing brain was just saying no, I can go on work on somebody's website, and if I was having a bad techie day, I can just go over and do some copywriting. So in that sense, it's quite flexible. So I quite enjoy that.
Well, that's good. So you've got different parts, and if you're feeling one part more than the other, you can sort of jump between the two, or three. So that's amazing. So what got you started in your business? Like, what made you want to become a business owner?
Well, I've wanted to be a business owner for quite some time. It probably first sparked when I was at university, but at that time, I ended up graduating with a law degree. So at that time, my idea of being in business was to earn a law firm, naturally. I loved the law, but I found that I didn't really fit in the typical corporate mould at all. I just didn't feel in. I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't feel that I could be myself. And I had a couple of workplaces which were really toxic. And with that comes a lot of stress. And it got to the stage where one job I had, it just made me physically sick because it was just the wrong working environment. And yes, I just wanted to create a workplace that suited me better, where I could be myself, feel comfortable, inject a bit of fun. And that's how I sort of started my business. So I was still working full time when I started my business, with a view of sort of growing it to the stage where I could just hand in my resignation and do it full time. But I ended up getting made redundant. That was sort of before that happened. So I guess that was the universe telling me to jump all in, I guess. But I just wanted to create a workplace that really suited me. It sort of gave me more freedom as well. Didn't have to worry about commute times or train timetables and stuff like that.
Yeah, and you don't want to go to a workplace that makes you feel physically sick.
No, it's just not. Well, it's just not a way to live. It's just like at the time, it just felt like I was in survival mode rather than being able to enjoy life. So I think work should be. Yes, we all work to make money, but it should also be fun. You should be able to enjoy it. You should be able to enjoy the people you're working with, and as well as enjoying what you're doing, obviously.
Yeah, 100%. So then you want to, get up and go out and do things. And like, look at today, you're out at a park doing this interview. This is amazing. You couldn't do that in a corporate office.
No.
So what made you then, because you mentioned then you graduated with a law degree, but now you're doing SEO. Like, what was that? And copywriting, what was that transition?
After, like, there was a sort of period in the middle of that too, because I left law to do, and I ended up doing office management, and then what I'm doing now. But I suppose there is some parallels between law and SEO and stuff like that. So when I was a lawyer, I really loved the legal research. I loved researching, learning new things. I loved drafting documents. And I loved, and my clients, they just came from all walks of life. So, some of them were broke and needed legal aid. Others were multi-millionaires and stuff like that. So I got to meet all sorts of different people. And I get the same that now. So, SEO keyword research, it's draws on my love of research. I still get to write as well. So I'm still incorporating my creative side. And my clients are from all sorts of different industries. So, electricians, accountants, HR people, financial planners. So I'm always learning something new. So so although it's not exactly the same, there are some parallels, and some of my legal skills transitioned over quite nicely. So that made it a lot easier as well.
So in business, what has been your biggest challenge so far? Because you said you've been doing it for about 5 years now. So what's been the biggest challenge?
I think the biggest challenge was sort of near the beginning. So when I was made redundant, I felt that was really hard, because I felt like I was being thrown into it full time too early. So I was sort of tossed and turned about whether should I find another part-time job or should I just do it full time. I ended up just doing it full time. And then the day after I got made redundant, my then partner decided to end the relationship, and so that conversation sort of went, "Oh, why aren't you at work?" Because I got made redundant. I sent you a text message about that last night. Oh, I don't. And then he just ended the relationship. Oh, I don't want to be with someone who attracts bad circumstances. It's like, so you're going to give me another one? Gee, thanks. Like. But so that year was really it was just really bad. That I struggled a lot with my mindset then. So that's been a real big challenge. I'm still living with my ex, but it's a lot more civil now. But it can still feel really awkward. Because my home office is in the dining room. It can be difficult if the energy is a bit negative. So that's probably been my biggest challenge.
Wow, what a thing to surprise on you! Like, oh, by the way, you've been made redundant, and see you later. Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it wasn't expected, but yeah, I suppose looking back on it, I'm glad now that I was made redundant. But it was just difficult to navigate through at the time.
What a way! It's like the universe, like that whole feather brick truck. Like they look like they hit you with a truck, Rachel, because you weren't listening sooner about your business. That's a lot to go through.
Yes, definitely.
Thanks, universe. So, what has been your biggest achievement so far in business?
Working on my mindset has been So it was a big struggle, and that I had to deal with it. It will start staring at me. But working through that and working on my spending time on my mindset it has been my biggest win as well, because as a result of that, I've had other wins that that have come along because I've worked on my mindset, especially over the past 12 months, where I've felt more comfortable being myself. I've found people to be around that I get along with. Found my tribe type thing. Working on my it's also my biggest win as well as my biggest challenge. So
that's a good one. I like that. People tend to go, "Oh, my biggest achievement is money or clients," but working on yourself is so super important. So then, working on your mindset, that's amazing. Good on you. It's so hard to do.
It is. Yeah. And I just, and because I had made the right connections, I found the right people who could help me work on my mindset. And of course that sort of changes over time as you drift away from certain people and attract other people in your life that can help you on that journey as well. So it's been really good to sort of through that and, meet new people and who can help and, keep learning and keep working on your mind. Yeah, I don't think it ever stops. I don't think.
No, it never does. It's like from the Shrek movie, like an onion, like once you peel back something, then you find something else.
Definitely, yeah, always something.
So is there any advice that you wish you were given when you started in business or on your business journey?
I think for me, if believing in myself more, I think was a big one. And that can be, and I think that could be a real struggle for many people when they first start out as well. It's like I got criticised for my original business name. I got told to just find another job. I doubt myself. I still doubt myself now, but I was doubting myself a lot more back then. So I think sort of believing in your idea, whatever it is, and going along with it and finding the right people to support you. And sometimes that's trial and error. Sometimes you don't meet the right people straight away that can help you. But you just have to persevere and you will find the right people.
That's very true. Sometimes people you meet are like a stepping stone to where you need to go, or it's a good test of who you want in your life and who you don't want in your life. Really?
Yeah, I mean, like I think I sort of used to struggle with the people who said negative things, and then I realized, well, this is actually a learning. There's something to learn from this. What's the lesson? Then figuring out the lesson, and then learning from it and moving on. Yeah. So it was something I struggled with a lot, but now I'm a lot better at stepping back, saying and asking myself, why is this happening? Why is this person said this? Yeah.
Oh, no, that's awesome. And not everyone is suited to be with everyone. I think that's important to remember too. Like, yeah, we can be nice and civil to people, but when you have your tribe, it's your tribe and your community. And there's that, keep your circles sacred to people that really resonate with you, so that you.
And it can be really hard too, because I'm one of these people. I wear my emotions on my sleeve, but I'm also a people pleaser. And realizing that you can't please everybody can be a hard lesson, but it's not as if I like everybody I meet anyway. So it's a bit both ways. So it's like, yeah.
That's fair enough. That's true. So if you want to share, what is the ultimate goal for your business?
I haven't been really good at sort of setting like a 5-year goal or a 10-year goal, but I guess my ultimate goal is just continue creating sort of more freedom for myself, whatever that looks like. Like in 5 years' time, it will probably look completely different to what it does at the moment. But being able to enjoy my life a lot more, being able to help as many people as I can, knowing that I've got a skill set that others don't, and others got, and then other people have got skill sets that can help me along my journey as well. So I just creating the life that I enjoy, I suppose, would be my ultimate goal.
Well, that's a great one. You want to have a life that you enjoy, and most of us, I guess, go into business to have that, to have that more time and not have to work under a boss or be in a corporate environment working 1 million hours a week. So that's a great goal. Okay, so because you've mentioned you do copywriting and websites and SEO, if there's a tip you could give the listeners, maybe like a taste test or something so that will encourage them to come and stalk your business, what would it be?
So I think like what I've found with a lot of people in their websites in particular is they want it perfect before unleashing it onto the world. And that's something that's definitely something I had on myself when I set up my original website. It doesn't have to be perfect. And it's always and your website is always going to change as your business evolves. So I think, to begin with, having it set up and having it, having something out there, just shows others that you do have a legitimate business. And then you'll, as time goes by, you'll learn different things about how to improve it. You'll learn as you work, as you work out who your ideal clients are. It might change again. And also who your ideal clients are might change over time as well. So don't necessarily aim for perfection to start with. Just get something out there and work with it and build on it. There's always lots of different tools that you can use to help you upskill if you're looking after your site yourself. Or I like the idea of people sort of learning a little bit, especially around websites, if you're not a techie person, and SEO, because I suppose with SEO, it sounds like a scary beast, but it's not actually as scary as it sounds.
I do see that question come a lot up in the ALIBI community, that they're trying to work out SEO and they can't figure it out, or they need assistance with it. But I do like your comment, like done is better than perfect, because by trying to make it perfect, you could potentially be missing out on these clients that could help you take the website to the next level. So,
it's not just not that either. Like, the other thing is, if you're aiming for perfect, it might not actually get out there at all, because what you think perfect is now, it might change next week, next month, next year. There's always something to work on. There's always something to work on your website. You've got to make it, and that includes just like the basic maintenance as well. It's one of those things that you just have to keep ticking along, both on the maintenance side as well as updating your site as your business evolves.
That's a good point. So if anyone hasn't done it already, go and check if your website needs to be updated. So that's a good point too. There you go, two things in one.
It's always a good idea to go and check what you've got on your website, just in case you need to update the content or some of the images, and even like automatic things that you can set up. Like you can set up your site to automatically back up. Sometimes the backups fail because, well, tech. So it pays to go in and check, well, are my backups still working? And and just things like that. Yeah. So it's always good to just go and order, have a review. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's true. And I did see a lot of judges' feedback that came back this year that they were looking at people's websites and links didn't work, or pages didn't. Yeah, or their
social media links is a good one as well. Like when I rebranded, I had to change the social media, like my Facebook and Instagram links changed. So I had to make sure that they changed on my website. And then I recently discovered that I hadn't changed them in my email marketing platform and the social media links. Yeah. So, yeah. And it's easy to forget because we're human, right?
Exactly. And an easy fix once you've figured out what's happened. But yeah, I do remember that came up a lot in the judges' feedback of, I can't link to this person's socials. So I was like, okay, that's good to let them know. Hey, that their links don't. I think that's also as well, if you go to a website and you notice a link doesn't work, maybe flick them a message or an email and just be like, hey, this doesn't work, because they might not know and they've put it out there because done's better than perfect, and then techs happen, gremlins, or
issues come up from now and
well, when we announced the finalists for the ALIBI Awards, we got hacked and everyone was taken to a porn site. So things happen, but I didn't know until someone actually said, did you realize when we used this link, we're going to a porn site? And I'm like, no. And I was able to fix it. But if no one told me, all the finalists would have gone to a porn site.
Exactly. So it's always good to be kind to other businesses, because you don't know when that kindness will be returned to you. So, whatever you put out there, you get back.
Exactly right. So where do we stalk you? So if we need our websites done, WordPress websites done, if we need our SEO or any copywriting, how do we find you? Where do we stalk you?
So you can stalk me on my website, which is crazydigitalcreative.com. No AU. I've also got a Facebook page, Crazy Digital Creative. I'm also on Instagram under that same name. And then you can also find me on LinkedIn. I'm quite active on there as well. So yeah, Rachel Amy's on LinkedIn. Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for joining me today and sharing your story and sharing your tech tips.
Well, thank you for having me.